of what we're doing today. Is that okay?
Cool.
Okay. So today I kind of want to talk about our presentation we got coming up due Sunday. I think we've talked about it through email that we want to do Japan. So we kind of put together our all of our information on one Google Doc that we all shared to each other. I think you guys all have permission to that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Sweet. So, kind of what we gotta go over is who wants to be leader, group roles, um, and then kind of what everyone wants to take on. I was thinking since I kind of put all this together, I'm cool with being the leader. I think leader kind of just turning it in. Um, I also think it can just be a collaborative help, like help with it, everyone, because basically what we're gonna do is put it on a presentation. We'll put it all together. I'll send it to you guys, and then we can make sure it's good to go, and then turn it in. So, moving forward, let's kind of go over the document. So obviously, our country is Japan. I was thinking, looking at the document, we have intro to Japan, high context communication, business in Japan, nonverbal communication, appearance, and then politeness. Polite, I think I said that right. Um, 6 things I was thinking for the presentation. Um, there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us. I have 6 things down here. Um, I was thinking we could all just kind of take one on, get information on both of those. One of those. What am I trying to say here?
Like one of the
Like
points.
intro to Japan, high context communication, and all that good stuff. Do you guys have one you guys would want to do for the presentation?
Probably appearance. Should we just focus on should each of us just focus on like 1 point or like 2 points? Because I know like our presentation tomorrow has to be like what, 8 to 10 minutes?
Yeah, so it has to be 8 to 10 minutes. I was kind of thinking we all get a slide or slides, however many we want to put on there.
Mhm.
Um, kind of, when you do it, kind of maybe just record yourself, make sure it's like 2 to 3 minutes long, so we're not overdoing it. If we want, if you guys have time tomorrow, maybe we can do two meetings, just to like a quick one,
Okay.
like a
Practice.
draft one, and then the final one later on, whatever you guys want to do for that. But yeah, kind of just pick one of these categories, do 2 to 3 slides on it, and that will be your time to talk. We all have to be involved in it in some way. So yeah, so back to roles. How would you guys want to sort these out? Because I know appearance, Talik, you said you want to do that. Kai, I know you probably want to do nonverbal communication. I'm cool with doing an intro of Japan and then also doing like the conclusion.
I
Um,
can do the behavior and etiquette part. I wrote some stuff down in that document
behavior
already.
and etiquette. Okay. And then
So
Caleb,
what's
did you
is
want
that formality and politeness?
yeah, yeah.
That's
So
what's left. So is indirectness like just like a subcategory of that?
yeah, so I was looking at it before we started the meeting. We have some categories that I feel like kind of are involved with other categories. So like politeness, well, actually like high context communication and business in Japan. I feel like you can put those two together because
Okay.
kind of when I read about high context communication, it had to do with business cards and business meetings and how to respect and not like in disrespectful type thing. So
We still got to go through and make sure we're not repeating because I've seen a
yeah,
lot of stuff in the documents where it was similar to the stuff I was writing down, like you said, where it kind of overlaps each other.
yeah.
Maybe just obviously when we do an overview of the whole thing, we can skim back through it and make sure that we all have um, different aspects of the project.
For sure, for sure. So with that being said, so we wanna let's first figure out the role. So Kai at nonverbal appearance, Talik, Mia intro and the conclusion. So Simon and Caleb, what would you guys like to do? And then once we figure out each of your guys' roles and then we put on a presentation, then we can kind of look over and make sure we're not
What
over.
other what other ones were there?
Business in Japan, high context communication and politeness.
I can do politeness because I kind of wrote about like etiquette and stuff on our
Etiquette.
document.
Okay, so I'll have you down for politeness. And
Okay,
then
so I'll do the high context in business.
yeah, so high context and business, it's kind of the same thing.
Okay.
Just
So
kind of how you.
I wrote under the indirectness too, so that already has some information under it to go with the politeness.
Sweet. All right. So
What are
Simon,
your
if you want to take a look at that when you're doing
Yep.
yours.
what are your
Um,
slides?
and then yeah, like I said, Caleb, high context communication. I kind of wrote about business terminology and stuff like that in there too. So you can definitely take a look at that category as well and fit it into that business. And then basically, like I think what we should do is maybe just read your presentation part, your slides to yourself. Make sure it's under like maybe 2 minutes and 30 seconds or something. And then if we want for the next Zoom call, we can either do a rough draft presentation or do the final thing. Up to you guys.
So we're just recording our final one here.
I believe so. That's what am I right? I think.
Oh, so we're meeting back on here to do like a final thing.
So yeah, so part 2 is your group Zoom presentation. So part 2 is the group Zoom presentation.
Okay. Gotcha.
Research the important communication habits, expectations of global culture. Create a Zoom presentation. C unit, culture, interculture, culture communication. Necessary for people in business to prepare themselves to learn. So yeah, so kind of like it's kind of prepare yourself to learn about other cultures when doing business with them. So most of our stuff's got to be like business orient, like related. Prepare your speech. Good starting place. We should have at least 3 sources. It looks like everyone kind of put a source underneath their category, so that's good. So we have more than 3.
And you said it is all business related, like
sort of. So like, I think so. If anyone wants to budge in and say their piece on it, but I think so. It seems like that. So I mean, politeness. How are you gonna, how are you gonna talk to these people in a business manner? Appearance, what you're gonna wear, nonverbal communication. You kind of have that figured out. And then business in Japan is kind of like more of a broad terminology on it. And then intro to Japan. I kind of feel like we got to add some part in there about just Japan in general to kind of get the audience like have an idea of what we're gonna discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, real quick, I just wanted to mention,
Yeah.
do you think it would be wise just for maybe to share the screen, just kind of go over the document real quick? I mean, we could just summarize real quick
Yeah,
what exactly we found.
for sure. Yeah, let me
connect that all together.
share my screen real quick. I gotta open my system. Hold on. If anyone else can share their screen, I have to do like some system thing to allow it. If anyone else can.
I think I got it. Maybe.
Sweet.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah.
Y'all hear me or no?
All right. So, intro of Japan. I kind of can talk about that. How many people live there, what their official language is, the prime minister I have in there. Anything else I should add in there?
No, I think just a good overview of like maybe since it is like formality related and business related, maybe it's just like a look into like the business world of Japan. Like
Yeah. I know in one of the sources it talks about how many like trade markets it has, so maybe I can add that in there. But I also don't want to overstep anyone's, part too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if we just go broadly, just like its main like industry and business,
Yeah, it works
like culture, not culture, but
for sure. I put a fun fact in there. Maybe I can add that into the intro.
Mhm. Yeah, I think for the most part, like I think as long as we have enough context to put pretty much on these slides, I think, we should be good for the most part.
Yeah,
It seems like we have a lot of information, um, just
Mhm.
sections that we kind of discussed. So it's
For
good.
sure.
I think also we got to be careful. Like I know, I think it was last week. It kind of gave like a how to make a slideshow and like making sure it's
Yeah,
not
Hmm.
words or lines too. Like we should just go over
yeah,
that.
that's true. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I definitely look back at that.
like
Just high
Caleb
on.
said too, it's from my part as well down below. Like we just gotta. I have a lot of like culturally based things that aren't necessarily like business related, so I need to kind of connect that together with um, the things that they do. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I
Yeah,
need to focus on that as a whole presentation.
not for sure, for sure. And then
When are we doing the
nonverbal
slides?
communication. Kai, you got that kind of figured out, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I asked my mom just like, you know, just asked for, just her help basically on, the section and and I also try to, look up online just to make sure, everything at a source and, write some information down. And I mean, it was all pretty in line with what I found online. So just
Sweet.
on the topic of, you know, more or less showing respect to your elders and those of higher social classes. So I mean, that's
For
pretty much
sure.
what I found with that.
Sweet. And then appearance, Talik, you got that?
Yeah, it was pretty. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
I fixed it. Well, yeah, it was just pretty straightforward. It's just pretty basic information that I found.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then I think that's the last one. And then behavior. Who had behavior? I
I
think
wrote some of that stuff. That was
okay.
like yeah, behavior and etiquette. This was like this is kind of like non-business related. There is some business related things in here, like business entertainment takes place after work, things like that. Businesswomen are encouraged not to go to hostess bar. Just little things like that that I need to tie more of these little things into the business side of things as well.
Sweet.
Um,
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff there, so that's good. Um, let me see how much time we have here. I'm not too sure how it shows, but it's probably got like 15 more minutes. Um, and then conclusion. How do you guys want to do that? Kind of just talk about everything that we kind of talked about. I don't want to go too in depth with it because we're gonna have already a lot of information with the five,
yeah,
6 categories we got. So
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, sweet. And then let me just check our agenda real quick. Submit one group outline. You can do that. That's not too hard. I can put that together and then make sure that's all in place.
How are we supposed to like present? Like, I know we're gonna do slides and all that. We're just gonna get back on Zoom and someone's gonna share a screen and just go through it
hmm
one by one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
All right.
yeah.
And then so real quick, I think so how I'm taking this is so for this first week, the only thing that we have to turn in is this video and then the outline of the meeting, correct? And then for the second part of the week, which is in week 5, is when we actually have to have the speech completed, correct?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is that true? I'll check. I'll try to
Yeah,
confirm that
let's
as well.
check real quick.
Oh, yeah, it does say for Unit 5.
Okay,
This is
that's nice.
Yeah,
And
previous
that,
so
year
I
five
mean,
amendment.
like
Tonight.
today was just like the initial discussion,
Yeah.
how
Okay.
we get it out.
nice.
So,
Okay, that gives us more time.
Okay.
That's
So
nice.
Oh, I'm glad you
yeah,
pointed it out.
that gives a lot more time because especially if we're gonna compact that all in tomorrow. So I mean, tomorrow we can kind of just get an idea of where we're at.
mhm.
We got time now, so I'll put together another Google Doc for the outline, and then we can kind of smash that down before Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you want us just to tackle then different sections? Because I mean, yeah, I mean, really, we just have to discuss, um, Here, do you want me to share my screen just to the Moodle?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so yeah, we don't even need to meet, I guess, tomorrow. This is all just
Yeah.
Whole
Yeah,
time
we
I
don't
was
really have to meet
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah, so we got turn taking.
I also think something that would be beneficial is if before next week, either the day of or a couple days before, that we get on here and kind of like practice our
practice.
presentation and how we're
Yeah,
going to do it.
for
Who's
sure.
going,
Yeah,
who's going in what order, and what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah,
for
we can
sure.
time it too.
Yeah. To conclude, we kind of gotta. I mean, we kind of summarized. So we all have an idea of what we're working on. I'll put that outline together. And then I was thinking, outline kind of just like your points to the presentation. So you can write however you want, but kind of keep it in that format she likes. I know last presentation I lost a little points for that. So let's make sure we're putting that in the right format for that. So,
Mhm.
Yep.
all right. Does anyone have any other questions regarding this assignment?
I think so.
Yeah, I think as long as we just stay active in the text messages, I
Yeah.
think it'll be good for the most part. And then what I can do is once we're done here, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. But I guess, once we're done with this meeting, I'll stop the recording. And then if you want me to, I guess I can submit this recording.
Okay.
And then if you just want to send me or yeah, we'll all be on the document for the outline. And I guess I could just turn it in. That way, I don't have to like send the
Yeah.
over you because I'm
Yeah,
sure
that works. Oh, yeah, make it easier
so.
for sure. And then, I mean, if you're up for it, I mean, we have a lot more time to discuss since week five's not for a little bit, but how we want to send that to her too, because I don't know how she wants it. Because like if you turn this in, if she wants everything turned in, so if that's the case, I mean, I'm still gonna work hard on this and make sure that we're all got this together. So,
Yeah.
anything else from anyone?
I think that covers it. Just,
Yeah.
I mean, like Kai said, just as long as we're in the text message and,
Yeah.
I think the earlier we get it done, the better.
For sure. Last thing, when making the outline, I would say kind of maybe make your little part to it, and then kind of put maybe how many minutes it is. So then we kind of have a better understanding of how far,
Yeah.
like how much time we have, how
Yeah.
much time we can give, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So then when we do our draft presentation, we don't have to do too much changing of things.
Okay. Oh,
So,
and just, I don't, as a reminder, an outline's only one page, so try not to.
oh yeah, one page. Yeah, good shout. And then other thing is, when did you guys want to meet next week? What I know, Kai, you got baseball going on, so
I think earlier in the week would be good for me because I leave for
I'd say
Nashville on
it's really just
Thursday.
based on Kai, to be honest.
Yeah, so
yeah,
we have a home series next week. I want to say, yeah, we're playing Friday, Saturday. So, I mean, pretty much any day before that, I should be good. I'll have to double check just because, I mean, we don't have a set practice time. So, I mean, our practice schedule is different pretty much every day.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure exactly when, but I'll text in the group chat as soon as I know.
all
Yeah.
right, sounds good. Yeah, send a text when you know, and then Caleb, you want it earlier in the week. So is anything earlier than Wednesday cool? And then we can figure out.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
works better too.
All right,
Yeah. So I leave Thursday night for
all right,
Nashville, so
sweet,
anything before that is cool.
sweet. All right, yeah, we'll send a text in our chat, and then we'll figure that out.
Sounds good.
All right. So anyone else got any questions? Sweet. All
Nope.
right. You guys have a good night.
Yep.
Yep. Me too.
See you guys.
Yeah. Thank you.